Hey, hey, hey. What's up? What's up? What's up? Good morning. Yep, it's still morning. Today is Wednesday, August 26th. It's 10:51 a.m. I am the Oracle. Welcome. Welcome, everyone. Hey, besties. Hey, subscribers. What's up, y'all? What's up? What's up? What's up, collective? Remember, the time is fluid, so whenever you see this message, it's when you're meant to see it. It's a general reading. It may not resonate with everyone, so please only take what resonates and leave the rest. What's going on, y'all? I got some time today. I'm making some time. Oh, God, the cards are falling. The High Priestess fell, and the Ten of Pentacles. Okay? They flew out. Okay, let's get out of sin here. Just want to mix up the energy, mix up the cards a little bit. Of course, they're going to come the way they come, right? The message is still going to, the truth is going to be the truth. Let's get them all in. And we'll go. So, 9 wands. Okay, dropping burdens. Okay. So there could be some burdens being dropped here. Yeah. Knowing when to fold them. Knowing when to walk away. Knowing when to run. Page cups on the bottom of that stack. Alright, what's going on here? No longer feeling helpless and codependent. Like ready to go and, find something else, new adventures, new timelines, new things, doing, just taking a chance on yourself, being adventurous, wanting to travel to different places, different lands, doing something different. Yeah, but when you was feeling like this, when you weren't feeling worthy, you couldn't make a decision, right? It kept you stuck because you were still trying to find value in just being by yourself, right? Because a lot of times we feel like being alone is bad, right? But you can find value in that because you get to do what you want on your timeline, how you want. You don't have to be responsible for yourself, you know what I mean? And you don't have, people trying to direct you, tell you, oh, you should or shouldn't do something, you know what I mean? But, yeah. That was the energy. Yeah, always constantly not feeling a part of, right? But, sticking around anyway. What's the message for the collective energy today, Spirit? Please and thank you. As Spirit said, I don't feel like I owe you any explanation. Page of Wands in the reverse. No forward movement. No excitement. No prospects. You know what I'm saying? Feeling stuck. Just like not... I'm feeling like writer's block, okay? Confusion maybe, not able to make a choice, not feeling worthy, not having any passion for something. 3 of Pentacles, this could be work. This could be work, a community, people you're around, people you work with, your friendships. You could be, your mind could be changing about the influences that are around you, right? Maybe for some time you could have been around people that were influential in your life, right? You wanted to be like, but then as you grow and as you see the dynamics of their life, you have a change of mindset, right? You no longer want to be like these people, right? Maybe growing up, that's what people expected of you to be like your dad or your mom, or you know what I'm saying, like being a police officer or a firefighter in the military. How that's generations follow behind that. So those are just examples of what generational jobs, and you know what I'm saying, society. Yeah, you want to do something different, something that you're passionate about. That's what you're doing. That's what you want to do. Something different. Yeah, 4 of Pentacles. You could be saving your money. Overcoming conflict, friction, rejection, sabotage even, you know what I mean? But just, non-supportive energy, gossiping, oh, it's not going to work, projection. People just trying to keep you from feeling confident, right? Thank God you're self-aware, or you've become self-aware, right? That you're a pretty decent person, but see, we have to recognize that in ourselves, and we have to believe it, because otherwise we'll believe what other fucking people show us and what other people say. You feeling me? Listen, I'm telling you, I feel like you are keeping to yourself. You're saving. You know what I mean. You're not really talking about anything that you got going on in your plans. You know what I mean. That's not. You're not doing that. Look, 6 of Wands, and you are getting some kind of victory here, like just by you rejecting the old self, putting off of the old self, and walking into this new timeline for yourself, because it's what you make it, right? When we make a choice, we enter into a new timeline. Even if it's the same one, it's still a new cycle. You feeling me? When we come to a crossroads where we can make a decision to do something else and we don't, it's just a whole new cycle. Yep, the crossroads only show up when it's time for you to get off the ride. You want to get on a different ride, or you want to stay on this one? 7 of Wands, you are protecting, right? Justice. It's fair. It's balanced. It's deserved, right? You're blocking out the naysayers. You're blocking out the people that try to persuade you to because, a lot of times people, they too scared to do it themselves, and then here you go doing it. Listen, a lot of disappointment and sadness, but I feel like you're leaving that behind. Maybe you're disappointed and sad that the people that you thought would support you didn't support you, right? The people you thought would have your back, right? The things that may have happened, that contributed to you making a decision that you don't want to be like them. Because I feel like you see somebody for who they are. Or people, places, whatever it is. I feel like you do. And I feel like you making a decision to... Some of you guys could be crossing a body of water. Oh, look, again. Because I see it here too. All right? You making that decision to cross that bridge. There's a bridge here. Moving forward, moving on. Listen, because this is not what you were ordained for, right? Like, this is end of contracts, right? This is not what you were destined for. Because if you were destined for something, I feel like you would be comfortable there. You would have passion for what you have right there. But if there's like that lack, that missing, that uneasy feeling, like this ain't what you want, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, some of you guys distanced yourself. 6 of Pentacles in the reverse, and the 4 of Swords in the reverse. I'm hearing no more crying over spilled milk. You weren't treated fairly. If this was a job, you weren't paid your what you were worth, right? Maybe you took on a lot of you accepted a lot of things that that were unfair. Listen, 2 of Pentacles that weren't fair. You may have even did or said some things yourself that you regret. Okay. I feel like you're no longer in that energy of sadness, feeling sorry for yourself. Oop, come on, girl. The High Priestess. And what else? The 6 of Swords and the 8 of Wands. Yeah. You're very intuitive. You could be very spiritual. All right, 8 of Wands, fast-moving energy, moving away to calmer waters. Something happening very quickly. Following your intuition. Some of you could be online. Some of you could do what I do. That's the energy. Somebody online is you're a high priestess or a high priest, right? And you're someone that's very wise, right? You're someone that is not afraid to look at the shadow, right? Because looking at the shadow make people feel like that you're into dark practices. But when you recognize the shadow and the light, and you have balance in your life around it, that doesn't make you a bad person. That just makes you somebody that can see through bullshit. All right? I feel like Spirit said you stop lowering your self-worth for other people. You stop accepting less because you could see it, you know what I'm saying? You see it. And when you moved away, you walked into your purpose. That's what I heard. You still had to sort some things out, but you took that, those things where you have to really sit and take a look at yourself as well, that kind of shit, right? But first, you had to stop self-wallowing, I'm hearing, and self-loathing. And Knight of Pentacles, something's been going on for very long. It's been slow motion, but here you are, Queen of Pentacles, High Priestess. You have very stable energy. You put a lot of effort, a lot of work into, look, we got a 10 of Pentacles in the reverse and a 7 of Swords in the reverse. Somebody tried to take something from you that didn't belong to them. Somebody withheld something from you, some kind of communication. Anyway, let's keep going. Queen of Pentacles, High Priestess, the Knight of Pentacles. It's like you put a lot of work into cultivating who you are. A lot of integration kind of work, right? A lot of shadow work, a lot of balancing, a lot of releasing. Come on, Spirit. And awareness. I'm picking up Gemini energy. 10 of Wands, burdens. Carrying burdens. Remember I said about the swords, you took some with you, those that you had to hold yourself accountable for, and I feel like that's what you did. With the 10 of Swords, you carried your burdens, and what wasn't yours, you released that shit. Listen, everything is fine. What wasn't yours, you released that shit. And you also did the healing, right? It's like things that were triggering, things that, you just healed from it. You sold with it. You cultivated, because this is somebody carrying wands. This is like harvest, working a field, right? Planting seeds, putting in the sweat equity, the work, the plowing, the watering, the nourishing, right? All that shit. What we got here from my collective. And to become someone that's very solid and stable in your energy and your emotions, in your mind, right? You understand. Yeah, you understand some shit. We got the 9 of Cups in the reverse. The Death card. Okay, we'll take that. Hermit. Being by yourself. The 9 of Cups in the reverse. This could be low self-esteem, low self-worth. This is also someone that doesn't know how to... I thought I heard pour into yourself. This is somebody, maybe you had to take a look at why you will pour into others more than you pour into yourself. Why you put other people on a pedestal? It was some form of low self-esteem. But I feel like you did. You overcame this. You went through this by yourself. You could also be somebody that's not very open to relationships or emotional connections at this time. Or maybe while you were in this work mode, this healing energy, I feel like you withheld You just cut that off. You weren't really exchanging any. You weren't open for it, right? Closed off kind of energy I'm picking up here. This is like, you know, going to a job and you doing your job and you help others and, you know, and not feeling appreciated, right? So when people don't appreciate the effort that you give, the energy that you put into the relationship, it starts to make you feel maybe sometimes resentful, and it kind of makes you shut down, right? And it also kind of makes you, if you're not careful, feel like you're not enough. The death card ending, that's over. That's over, right, Spirit? That's over for the collective. What's the message? Ace of Cups in the reverse. Page of Pentacles. Knight of Pentacles, the Ace of Cups in the reverse. Six of Pentacles in the reverse. I feel like you just shut down as far as love, because I feel like you poured into yourself. You poured into your ideas, your goals, your aspirations. I feel like that. I feel like that's what you did. You focused on your money. You focused on your stability, your self-improvement. You know what I mean? Doing your shadow work. I feel like you with the Hermit, we seen that. I feel like you shut yourself off, and you just got in grind mode in a sense, right? Not just grind, you was just after the money, but grind mode and trying to mow down this fucking grass and get the snakes out the grass, right? And really, really do some fucking work on yourself. And when you're in that mode, it's like the outside shit don't matter, so you've been able to save as well. That's why, because you weren't out here trying to put a mask on that you were okay with the material shit, right? What's going on here? Listen. Strength card. Yes, you had to tame yourself, tame the beast, tame your emotions. Eight of Cups. What I say? Yeah, that's what you did. Listen, Queen of Cups. That's what you did. That's what you did, and that's who you are. Listen, you had to really start taking a look at what you're investing. I feel like that's what you're doing now. You're learning when to continue to invest when things are fruitful, and you're learning when things are no longer viable. You know what I'm saying? And some things may take longer than others, so those are like long-term investments, okay? That grow over time. But this Eight of Cups, Eight of Pentacles in the reverse. This could be work-related. Ten of Swords in the reverse. Eight of Pentacles in the reverse. This is like not putting a lot into an investment. Something that you're really good at. You're really good at. Maybe you could have put something off because of something that happened in the past. You took a leap of faith in the past. Something you're doing, maybe it's something to do with your work. I feel like it's not being revealed right now. I feel like you're keeping something under wraps right now, because you've already been burnt, right? You've already trusted people you thought had your back, that were loyal, that supported you. You know what I'm saying? And you know how that goes. You had to remove yourself from that situation. So some of you guys, whatever you do for work, you could be keeping it on the low. Okay? Something that you're very good at, you're very skilled at. What we got here? Page of Cups, an offer. An offer of friendship. Page of Cups, The Chariot in the reverse. What's behind that? The Seven of Pentacles. This is about your investment. I feel like you may not be going forward with something. You may feel like something is a little fishy about This could be a job offer. Okay, take it how it resonates. Somebody sees how skillful you are, but maybe they don't want to pay you the money that you're worth. Okay, that's for somebody. Okay, so take that how it resonates. Maybe you could be losing compassion or a passion for something that you do. The Empress. Five of Pentacles in the reverse. Yeah, you no longer feel like you have to prove yourself or be validated by a position, a job, a person. You know what I mean? It don't validate you. Maybe this is work that you feel, like I said, people don't appreciate you. It's surface shit. It's surface accolades. It's surface support, right? The Chariot in the reverse. Yeah, there's no moving forward here. Something is not moving forward. And yeah, because, listen, they really don't fuck with you like that. They really don't fuck with you like that. Nope, they do not. Ooh, I can't make it. Listen, that's 7 swords. All right? You see something. You can see the manipulation. And just because you don't say something doesn't mean you don't see it. Because you're being taught, because you're the high priestess, you're being taught to move strategically. To move strategically. You see it, you check it, you note that shit, how somebody was moving, you know that shit's toxic. You understand that. And you don't cause no fit. That's why there's no forward movement with something. That's why some things, yeah, you're not, sharing with someone. Because you don't trust them. Page of Pentacles. Judgment in the reverse. Information is what I'm hearing. Page of Pentacles. Pentacles are seeds. Ideas. Opportunities. Page of Pentacles. They may be small and in the beginning stages, but they're fruitful, right? If they're nurtured and watered and you put the time into it, it could grow into something. What's this Page of Pentacles? Oh, this could also be confirmation. Hold on. Hey. Yeah, so yeah, there's something that's not moving forward because I feel like somebody's only trying to, offer you an investment or, you know what I'm saying, some small, tiny offer is because they know that you have something that's very lucrative going on. All right, something that's going to bring you a lot of stability because you're already in the Queen of Pentacles energy. So somebody may come in with a olive branch or want to come in with a cup, right? But yeah, it's fishy. They want to try to invest in what you got going on, but I feel like you're not, listen, 10 of Swords in the reverse. You're not telling them shit. You're not, listen, 9 of Swords. Yeah, you're not telling them shit. 6 of Cups in the reverse. Look at this shit. Listen, that's all they want to do is cause you some kind of pain. This is somebody that's done this shit in the past. You don't trust this person anyway. And you could be confused. You could be wondering if you should, allow this person in. No, you don't have to allow this person in your energy. And if you do, you need to keep your boundaries up. Don't tell this person shit. Don't put your guard down with this person because it's not for real. It's not real. They're not your fucking friend. I promise. They just want to steal your fucking pentacle, nigga. They're not your friend. Man, you hear me? Yep, keep your shit to yourself. Anyway, I'm finna get up off this. I gotta go. Anyway, that's the message, guys. I'll see y'all. Deuces.